Hello again. So this is my advanced play for the game, which is the funnest way to play, so long as everyone has an equal footing. That's what this does, is this makes sure that it's an equal footing and one player isn't just automatically kind of eliminated in the beginning. If you saw the previous game, you knew red wasn't going to win. In this game, there is no certainly somebody's going to lose. Everyone has a chance because of the way that we set up the game. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll the dice. We're going to set up the game real fast. And all right, I should have done this a little faster. And we'll just make this one red. 2, 5, 6, 5, 2, 2, 1, and 4. If you don't know what I'm doing, I need you to go back and watch the basic video. The basic video will show you how we set up the game board. Now, advanced play plays the same. It's just about the setup. The setup is different to make sure that everyone has an equal footing. It's still sudden death. Somebody goes out, that's the game. There are no equal turns. However, my family and I, we love to play games. We've always played games, and it always seemed to come down to me and my uncle against, it was just us against each other and everyone else is playing. And if he ever sat in a particular seat behind a weaker player, then he always won. And I always hated that. So in this, I've got it set up where you don't know where you're sitting until the game starts. So that's kind of nice. It adds a little element of, not only does the board change every single time you play, but so does the seating arrangement, which is kind of unique to the game industry, I think. And one more roll, and we will have our board game set up. We're just doing a 4-player game. 6-player is amazing. 6-player is amazing. All of the games are still 30 to 45 minutes, no matter how many players, and I've only had to reshuffle the deck one time in 100 play tests. So it's almost always over before you have to reshuffle the cards. It's kind of cool how it worked out that way. While I'm finishing setting this up, let me tell you, when I dreamed up this game, I dreamed it up as a 6-sided game, not an 8-sided game. But when I made my poor man's prototype, I cut it out as an octagon because it's really hard to make a symmetrical 6-sided game. I didn't realize. I just did the half and the half and the half and boom. Oh, it was 8 sides. I didn't mean to do that. But it's a good thing I made that mistake because a six-sided game would have never ended, ironically. So this is our game. This is our game. Now everyone has to have some conflict, and you can see just from looking at this section that green, blue, red, and yellow. So there's definitely conflict out here. So very quickly, what you're going to do is you're going to add up your difficulty level. So every column that you have a kennel in, you're going to add 1 for every kennel in that column all the way across. So if we start with yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yellow is 12. We're just going to put that there to remember. Now, obviously, you'll remember when a 4-player game, all you have to do is remember your number. But since I'm playing all 4 players, I have to do this to remind myself. Now, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 also. All right, and red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. I wonder if that makes the green have a 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does not. Okay, so green has the smallest number. Green has a 10. We'll just make that a 1 for that. Okay, so now these 3 players have the same difficulty level, and this hand is the easiest. So in a 4-player game, green's going to do nothing. These 2 are now going to draw a card to see the difficulty order. You're just determining order now. So yellow, highest number is going to be the hardest. Yellow is a 6, blue is a 9, and red is a 6. Okay, so yellow and red have to draw again. And a 2 and a 4. Okay, there we go. So we're going to say that blue has the highest and red has the second highest difficulty, just for purposes of setting up the game. So now blue gets to eliminate an entire section, whatever section he doesn't like. So blue has conflict with yellow, with green, with red, and with green again. So blue would probably want to remove one of these two sections because you really don't want to have conflict with another player twice if you can avoid it, and in this case you can. So this is where this little game balance part comes in. So let's just say green or blue decides we're going to eliminate this one. So you come down here and you put all the kennels there. Now that whole section is wiped out. However, you still play through here. It's just a void as you go through, as you move through. There's nothing there. Now red had the second highest, so now red gets to eliminate a section also. Now red only has conflict, one with blue here, and one with yellow, and one with yellow. So now here's where it gets fun. If red eliminates this section, these two don't fight. If red eliminates this section, they'll still fight. So red's going to pick this one instead. Now you notice that all players have 2 kennels removed from the game board. So that's it. That is how a 4-player game would go. If this was a 6-player game, you remove differently than how I just did it, where everyone actually gets to get involved and remove pieces to set up the game. So now these come off the board, and we're only playing for 6 dogs. You're playing to free all your dogs. So you're going to put all your dogs out very quickly. You put your dogs out here, your kennels, and boom, boom, boom. We're going to recalculate our difficulty level across the board, and you'll see that it is much more evened out now. In fact, green might be down to a 9, if I remember. But everyone has to have at least one conflict. If there is a color that does not have multiple kennels, then you have to do it all over again. You re-roll the dice and you start all over to set up the game board. Because everyone has to have at least one adversary. And the orange dogs, which are on the yellow kennels, using the pink house. That's because it's my prototype. Don't worry. In the real game, all the colors will match up brilliantly. Okay, so that is our game. Now we recalculate difficulty. Red is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just say that's 6 plus 2. And green is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Blue's tough. Yellow, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is now the order of difficulty. But notice, there's only a discrepancy of 2 between the hardest and the easiest. So everyone's got a shot now. It's just a little more difficult for blue. If blue pulls it off, it's kind of like, yeah, baby, I really kicked some butt. So now you redo the difficulty like this. We're going to have to draw for these two, red and yellow, to see who's actually, who's going to take the place of the number. There we go. There's the 1 and there's a 1. Okay. There's a 7 and there's a 14. So yellow says, hey, I'm second. So the difference between the advanced play and the basic play is not only removing pieces of the game, the board to set it up. Notice there's 2 voids here now. So this is a nice little section, and there's space in the little section here. But this section has all single dogs. So that's a good one to maybe start in. So blue gets to start wherever they want. They get to pick. It's not necessarily this wedge in front of me like it was in the basic rules. This is part of the strategy. So blue takes their house, and knowing there's more 1s and 2s in the deck, you want to place your house on, we always start on the edges, and there can be no duplicate houses where it starts. Once the game is started, houses can be on the same space together, doesn't matter. But in the very beginning, you got to pick one of these, and only you get to go there. So if we go here, a 1 or a 4 gets us a dog right away. That's good. There are 1s and 4s. Here would just be a 1. Here would be a 3 or a 2. But then you're kind of in this area, and then you got to get all the way around. So I'm going to pick here for blue. Now, yellow picks next. And yellow has the pink house, which is random. Yellow is a, let's see, there's a 1 and a 3, or a 1 and a 3, or a 2 and a 4. So we're going to go with the 1 and the 3, hoping we draw a 1. Either way, they're single dogs. And then red gets to pick where they want to start. And Here's a 2 and a 2. That's not quite good. This one's taken. That one's taken. This one's no good. Oh my goodness. So red doesn't really have a very good option to start with. We're just going to go there because we're just going to hope for the 2s. And green goes last. So those 3 are taken. This one is a 3 to get to that one. 4 to get to that one. A 4 or a 3 to get to this one. Oh, here's a 1. We could go that way. Now, the fun part. Now that we've set up the board, and now that we've set up the playing order, because we know blue is going first, because they're the hardest. So because blue is the hardest, they get to go first. Another thing to consider when you're setting up your houses now, because there isn't an equal amount of turns, well, you might want to go second or third, just, just in case. So blue sits there, and everyone adjusts to blue. So if blue was sitting over here, blue would now move over to this chair, yellow would move to this chair, green would move to this chair, red would move to this chair. So the player arrangement changes every single time that you start this game. And now you would play the game just like you would normally, with the object of freeing all 6 of your dogs. That's the advanced play. Thanks for watching.